China opens probe into shadow banking company Zhaozeng. Reported shortfall of $36.4 billion in balance sheet. Is this a crack? Another crack?
This is the NBFC and this is a big crack. And China has been trying very hard to crack on this. This is also ties up with the fact that the Chinese economy is slowing down. Because if there are no consumptions and consumption slows down, overall the Chinese economy will slow down because exports are also slowing down. So there is definitely a problem if this happens.
Airbus to scale up defense production with Tata Arm. Initially, it will focus on sourcing components with metallic and composite manufacturing tech.
Tatas have had a long tie-up with Airbus, making even helicopter seats for another Western company.
Yes.
And they were making a lot of components for Airbus. So Tata's original idea was that we would continue to increase building planes stage by stage to the point where they can get to assemble a plane by themselves. They are still very far away, but they are making progress with this. And the other thing which Tatas have done, which came in the news today, is that they have already said that the Princeton plant they are taking will produce 2 times more phones than what it is doing today. Also, they have a plant in Porur, plant in Hosur, which is employing 15,000 people and fabricating some parts for Apple iPhone. Now, what Tatas have announced is they are going to add another 500 acres to the same campus. And instead of 12 to 15,000 employees, they will have about 28 to 30,000 employees. And basically double the production of Apple even there. This ties up with the fact that Apple is trying to de-risk in China and source from India. What better way to start than to start up with a tie-up with Tatas? And that is the way they... even Starbucks did the same thing. They tied up with Tatas to insulate themselves from any nasty comments.
But everyone in the audience sometimes feel, Anand, you are very pro-Tata. And
I am
that you don't call them out when they do something wrong.
Why should, what have they done wrong? I am, if you are going to refer to the TCS case, they have not even employed those guys, right? How can labor law be applied to a guy when I have not even employed them?
Correct.
Second, the other things where people want me to complain is the way they initiated transfer for 2,000 staffs.
Correct.
What people should realize is labor law, IT does not come under labor law.
No.
And so transfers can be initiated. They are well within the rule book to do that.
Yes.
And in America, it's very common that people are transferred within 15 days. Also, what they have said is any expense will be reimbursed. I do not understand why there is a problem. From the Tata side, the problem is during the pandemic, they vacated all their rented space. And whatever they are holding in Bangalore, Chennai, Trivandrum and other facilities are properties which they own themselves.
Correct.
They were looking at an hybrid model. They found a lot of double entries in PFs. That is the same guy was getting 2 PF accounts. One with TCS and another with another company. And there was also a case of malpractice reported in Tata Consulting Services, which I did talk about.
Yes, and the guy was sacked also.
The guy was sacked. So TCS is going through a process using this lean period to rejig its staff positions and to cut excess flab.
Yes, so as an investor, something look forward.
That's as an investor, I something look forward to it.
Yes.
They have not sacked anybody. What they have done is they have stopped recruiting people and letting go of people who indulge in unethical practices.
Correct. And we do.
I also praise Godrej. I also praise TVS.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Godrej has only very few companies listed, and all of them are frightfully expensive.
I'm talking about TVS Motors is expanding into e-scooter range. The company currently has 2 e-scooters in its portfolio, also plans to expand in EV sales and infrastructure.
So basically what they have done is, they have tied up with Tata Power to put up charging stations.
Yes.
And they have already launched an iQube, which is a very successful EV in India. The bike they recently launched in Dubai is actually not meant for India. It's actually meant to be supplied in Europe. And they hope to take 10% of that market. But I'm again answering your previous question. You cannot get better than this. You cannot get a better employee than this. So if you say that they have broken the rule, my answer is they have not broken the rule. And I have also said there are some stocks of Tatas which are highly inexpensive, very highly expensive. And I call them a diamond pin. And because it's a diamond pin, you can poke it in your eye. I said this several times.
Bajaj AMC, Nimesh Chandan has said, we are bullish on Indian equities but expect volatility to increase.
So basically, Bajaj FinServ subsidiary has started a broking firm, and they are going to roll out products very soon. And basically, what they are saying is they will target Zerodha and other things, other online apps. So trading in India is definitely going to become online 10 of time.
We have a Credit Suisse article which we can talk about separately. We don't need to dive into that. And what else do we have? That's it. I think we can wrap this one up.
Yeah. So, आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। अगर आपको इस पॉडकास्ट पसंद आया, आप इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और इस चैनल को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने की आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद। नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। जनवरी के महीने में मैं त्रिवेंद्रम आ रहा हूँ। त्रिवेंद्रम में आपसे मिलूंगा। जो भी मुझे त्रिवेंद्रम में मिलना चाहता है, नीचे दिए हुए जीमेल में trivandrummp@gmail.com में मेल भेजें और या नीचे दिए गए व्हाट्सएप नंबर में हमें संपर्क करें। धन्यवाद।